Hello, welcome back to the HAWKS cast. I'm Taylor Baum, and I'm here with Keyona Cherry and Carter Lash.
All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is the parent drop-off and how we think that it's a little bit overstimulating and overwhelming. But we only use 2 lanes for parent drop-off because it would take even longer and delay the start of the school day if it were only a single lane. And the principals recognize the inconvenience for student drivers, but need to do what's best for keeping things running smoothly.
I think it's a good system in place. I think this can't go to, you can't really change the way that they have it, but I think whenever they set up the school and built the school, the way they set up the school could have been better. You only have one way in, one way out. Like, compared to Katanning High School, obviously you're in a town, and say you get dropped off in a different street, you can walk to school from a block away and get there on time, probably faster. But with this, you have to come down the whole road to the school, go through the lines, and it's inconvenient, but it's just what we have to do.
When we were talking to the principals about their points and why they have it this way, they did say something about how we used to have to park in the back when they first opened the school, which I am thankful that we don't have to do that, because that would be a lot harder and just more overstimulating, especially with the buses. But for the parent drop-off, I think later in the years they should maybe try and have parent drop-off in the back. Maybe just give it a try, and if it doesn't work, then obviously put it back to how it was. But it would be maybe a smart idea just to change it a little bit so it's not so overwhelming for everyone.
And I know the reasoning behind why they moved it up front instead of in the back anymore is because they didn't have enough ways to get in the school from the back, as many doors as we have up front. But if you'd put maybe 3 metal detectors in the back and then just have parent drop off back there, and then buses and seniors and anybody who drives the school can just come in the front, I feel it might be a little faster. But
plus they have the metal detectors on the gym side of the building. Parents don't have to drop off their kids right in front of the doors. They can drive down to the other end and then start dropping them off, and they can walk in to the tech ed wing. But I think they need a security guard down there, so they'd have to put another security guard out there, but you might be able to make the line go faster that way.
All right, do you want to talk about lunch periods now?
Yeah, I do feel our lunch periods are short, but we are determined to be 30 minutes by federal law. So the school actually gives us 38 minutes by putting 4 minutes before lunch for our time walking there and 4 minutes after. And I did not know this, and I'm actually very thankful, because just a straight 30 minutes would not be enough time, especially with not necessarily A lunch, but B lunch is very busy, very packed, and I feel a lot of kids won't even have time to finish their food.
Yeah, and plus it depends where you get out of the class before your lunch. I'm in the gym, but we get to leave out of the lobby doors, so I get to lunch pretty fast. So I feel I do get the full 38 minutes instead of just 30, but it just all depends where you're coming from and where you're going to after lunch.
I think we need to go to Joe Pittman with this and apply for a longer lunch period, because if it's federal law, 30 minutes I don't think is enough, but if it's federal law, you can't change that. You can only go to your representative and change that. So I'm gonna write Joe a letter.
Alrighty. Okay, and the class, the time before classes that we have, 4 minutes, I honestly think that it's enough time considering the fact that it was only 3 minutes when they first opened, and the principals have walked through routes of the school to see if it can be done in 4 minutes, and it really can, depending on how you walk. Instead of taking your time in the hallway and talking to people, if you just focus on getting to class, you'll make it there in time. Especially even if you're down in the East Wing and you have to get to the 3rd floor, you'll still make it there in 4 minutes. And if you don't think you will, just talk to your teacher about it, and maybe they'll let you off a little bit.
like I go from Morris to Miss Bailey every day, and East Wing does get crowded, but you can make it through. But just some people walk these halls so slowly. Get to the place that you're going and quit just lollygagging around the halls, especially in the East Wing. Whenever you have a group of 4 people walking down side by side and they're just walking at their own pace, kids behind them can't get to where they got to go.
Yeah.
I agree. I really do think like that the 4 minutes is a good amount of time, especially with it used to be 3 minutes, which I don't think 3 minutes would have been enough time for how big the school is and like how spread out it is. But my only thing is like for like 7th graders, like they're very small, they're tiny, and I know they don't have to go to the 3rd floor, but I just feel like they can't walk as fast as some people being that small with their small legs, so that might just be like a little harder for them. But I feel like if they did talk to their teachers, they would understand and give them some leniency with all of that.
Yeah, and I get like some people want to use the restroom and go to their lockers before like they get to their class, but I feel like now most teachers know that you don't have enough time in between classes to do that, so I feel like I haven't got told no to use the restroom in a very long time, so I feel like if you need to go to the bathroom or go to your locker, any teacher really won't care as long as you make a pass.
Yeah, the only time like I've been told no to is literally when I was on the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
And which was like kind of annoying because I'm like, well, I just can't, like that was when I was coming from gym. I'm like, I have no time to use the bathroom in between that. And they would tell me no, so I would just have to wait, but that's a different story.
And at the end of the day, I know it's like it's like tough to get out of the school and beat buses, especially if like you're told not to like run in the hallways or anything, but like we have to have a certain amount of time, like a day, like start and end time, and it's kind of by law to do that, so we can't really get out any earlier than what we do.
Yeah, because if we did, they would have to lengthen our classes by a couple minutes, which we would not want.
Yeah, and that would mess up like our bus schedule, and then it would mess up the elementary's bus schedule. So we really can't add any time.
It is nice, though, compared to Lenape Tech. I think Lenape Tech gets out at like 2:45, so we get out at 2:20, which is nice compared to them.
Yeah.
Besides, on their Fridays, they do get out at like a half day, which is nice, but...
Yeah, but I feel like I'd rather like be in school the full 5 days for the full time than like leaving early on Fridays.
And we really have no need to leave school early anyway. It's not like we have anything other than do besides go to our game every Friday. So
yeah, I feel like I would just go home and sleep, which is not very productive.
Yeah.
But like to our cars, I do think it's not the best still, like just like the running and stuff, and like I do run to my car sometimes, like when I have something to do, like right after school, just since I live so far away from school. But it's just like chaotic, more so like kids pulling out of their parking spots. Like a lot of kids back into their spots, so like it's easier to get out. But like one of the people that parked next to me, she literally just like pulls out, does not look either way, just like almost hits people. And it's just kind of like, I'm like scared of the other kids driving because they are not paying attention to what's around them, and like even the people walking, like it's just very like stressful moment getting out of here.
Yeah, I feel like since everybody rushes out to beat the buses, it's really chaotic and nobody really, I don't know, can get out without there being some type of problem because everybody's either almost hitting other people, hitting other cars, and it's just a mess.
Yeah.
And the only way that they're going to be able to end that is by making the kids have to leave after the buses and not letting the kids get out before the buses. I don't know how they're going to be able to do it to make the kids stop running out there. It's just that you can't make kids change unless you allot them to go after the buses, and kids aren't going to like that.
Yeah, and the only like solution I feel like would prevent everybody from running is maybe if buses would leave later, but then at the same time we can't do that because it would mess up.
Like the elementary and all that. I definitely would not want to leave after the buses. I live like 20 minutes on a good day from the school, plus then I have practice like right after, and it's like 40 minutes away. So like my after school day is very busy, and like my time home is like 20 minutes sometimes. So like beating the buses is very important to me some days.
I feel like I don't really have a need to beat the buses. I live like 5 minutes away, but I just like to be home early and get my stuff done, then go to work, and yeah.
I don't have to leave before the buses during football season. I just have to walk up.
Okay. Thank you for joining us. Keep on soaring.